Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Friday morning. Praise the Lord. Emphasis on the T this week, man. I've been running on fumes. I'm tired, y'all. Seriously. It's December 19th, and it is 3:35 in the a.m. Now I'm scrolling through my various emails and comments and whatnot, and I ran across this quote. And it just ties right into what I'm fixing to say, or depending on your geographic location, fixing to. Is that the more bougie version of fixing? Y'all know what I mean. I'm fixing to say something. The quote is, the most valuable lesson I learned this year is that there is so much power in self-control. Now, as a person who suffers with anger issues to the nth degree, I've learned that. But I've also shared that I have a hair trigger temper. And especially when it comes to me and mine, my family, more specific, my younger sister. Oh, you better pack a lunch because that butt whooping's going to last all day. But let me get back to the quote. The most valuable lesson I learned this year is that there's so much power in self-control. Not reacting, not proving, not explaining, just moving different, because when you master your emotions, you master your life. All that being said, I told you I don't make New Year's resolutions. I make commitments. And just changing that one word, that has changed my life. Because if I can't stay true to me and my word to myself, I'm going to move funny in the rest of my life. So I make commitments. And that's how I returned to school. That's how I finished school. I made a commitment to myself. I share that I worked full time and I went to school full time at night. And I did the damn thing. And I did the damn thing in 2 years exactly. I already had my AA. So here's my commitment for the new year. I'm going to be known as the dip out queen next year. I know this for a fact. Because I'm going to exert the same energy and loyalty that people have shown me. We talk about reciprocity in relationships, but we never talk about, the energy that's provided, the connection that's provided. I have a bunch of people in my life that know how to find me when they want something. And they'll talk to me just long enough to have whatever fulfilled. And then they go back to a pattern where the ig button is pushed. And for those of you who don't know what the ig button is, that's ignore, until the next time you need something. Yeah, that part. I am cool on all of that. Life is too short at this stage in my game to be putting energy and focus on, I want to say usurious. I know usury is usually related to money, but it talks about high-end interest. the interest rates are ridiculous. And that's basically what a dysfunctional relationship or a disconnect is. You know, your interest is higher than the other parties. So these using dysfunctional relationships, I'm cutting off. You know, if I'm that friend, if I'm that important to your life, because you make it sound that way when you want something, you'll extend the same energy. And what's funny is, you know, when that ig button is pushed, most people are off conducting the business that's going to cause the, I want to say, poop storm in their life. Then they reach out to you for the basically cleanup detail. So when there's silence, know the phone call is in the making. Know the, hey, let's do lunch is in the making. You know, I've had connections and content and context where the common denominator was an argument. I'm cool on that. You know, but the majority of the conversations and content and context is I want, I need. No. Let me say this, don't get me wrong. I am flattered that you see me as a source, you know, of comfort, of help, of encouragement. But don't abuse the privilege of access. That part.